Is that plywood? Plywood's in first. Today's going to be a quick one. I'm not even turning on the heater. I'm going to brave through. My hands are a little cold already. Might have been a bad decision. I'm just going to take the bottom off of this bowl. Okay.
I love you so much. Wait.
Yeah, probably.
I love you so much.
Okay, love you. Yeah, this one. So I'm gonna take this off of, take the bowl off and put it on a jam chuck. All right, it is cold. All right, now, if you're in, check out, I just made a video finishing this. I didn't finish the bottom. Uh-oh. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, I made a video finishing this. It is full length, wide format, all that, but not the bottom. So it's the whole start to finish deal. More artistic edit than anything. There's not talking, it's a quick 6-minute video. So here's the problem. If you had coal jaws that you could clamp this bowl is very fragile, I want to say. It's thin, plus we removed all that material. I'm not sure the coal jaws would work. So what I'm going to use is this small jam chuck, or it's just a flat chuck, and wrap it with this rubberized medical tape that sticks to itself. You probably, if you've given blood or anything, you've probably used this. And it's very cold out here, so it may not stick very well, but yeah, there we go. Okay. So I'm going to use this. I need to cut that. Whew, it is cold. I need some scissors. Oh, I don't know where my scissors are. I got to get this done quick because it's like 30 degrees out here, Fahrenheit. All right, but yeah, this stuff works great, and it's soft. It's kind of rubberized. And all I'm going to do is hold the bowl up. I've already got my center point for that tenon. Yeah, it did come out really nice. I love it. I need to put a couple more coats on. There's some dull spots, but on that edge grain, it came out real nice. It came out better than I thought it would. I'll say that. So I'm gonna hold it with my cone life center. just lightly. I'm going to slow way down to 500 RPM. I'd like to go slower than that, but that's the speed limit here. And I have done where I'll take the tenon off and stop the piece with the lathe going and then stop the lathe all at once. But this one, since it's so fragile, I'm probably going to stop it and then sand off the rest. All right. So I'm just going to slowly remove that tenon. All right, I am going to switch to the spindle gouge. I wouldn't do a bowl with the spindle gouge, but for doing the bottom, you can use it for some fine work. Like don't grab too much. I'm just going to keep eating away at that tenon. All right, now before I finish, I'm going to hold my gouge up and make sure that it's not humped up. So it should be sitting out here. I need to cut a little bit of that center. Boy, it's very thin. Just so it doesn't wobble on that center, and then I'll do some sanding. Just skim a little bit off of there. All right, so typically what I would do is hold my gouge here with my left hand, and I'd hold the power button with my right hand. And as it cuts, this would stop moving, and I'd hit the power. But I would say 1 out of 3 flies off the lathe or gets caught on here, and I don't want that to happen with this one, so I'm not even going to take that chance. So that is small enough. What I'm going to do is do a little bit of sanding before I cut that off while it's still up here. Man, everything is so cold. Everything metal is so incredibly cold. I didn't turn on my heater because this is all I'm gonna do today. It's already 11:30. Dan's in, Judy's in, Suzanne is in, Plywood. Thanks for stopping in. All right, that looks pretty good. I don't usually put a ton of work into the bottom, but so I'm just gonna put my sander on here and sand it. I'm not even gonna take a chisel because you might chisel out the middle, like a hole in it. I don't want to do that. And I think I'm gonna leave that tape on there for the next time. All right, take this off. Yeah, definitely it's cracked. And this is cedar, so it's not super strong when it gets that thin. If you were watching previously, I was using this tool to do some of the embellishment. This is a wireless, cordless, battery-powered rotary tool, and it quit. And it quit about 10 minutes in, and I thought it overheated or something, but come to find out, I had it plugged in charging on an outlet that was not on. So it just ran out of batteries. It was my fault, operator error. Once I got it charged up, it's working great. So don't let that. All right, what am I doing? I need my Jacob's chuck. Let's get that in there. I don't think I want to use that big. Man, it's cold. This big one. I want a smaller sanding pad. Oh, everything's harder when it's cold, right? All right, that I'm going to put on some 180 grit. I'm not going to start with 80 because it is cedar, so it should sand pretty good. Oh boy. Okay. All right. So this is the bowl we made, and I'm just going to finish off the bottom of it. It's very thin, probably 1/16 of an inch, if that. Let's turn the speed up a little bit. Yeah. So I don't think it's cracked. Man, I can't even feel where it's just got like this knot goes through right there. There might be a little crack there, but it's not on this side. There's a little chip from the inside, so I got to be very careful of that center. Steve is in. Thanks for coming in. Almost done already with that. Goes quick. Yeah. And then I always try to get a piece of wood or something that I know is flat. Make sure it sits flat. That's perfect. Great. Okay, now what I want to do also is put my logo in the bottom, but I don't know if my propane torch has enough gas in it. So I'm going to try it, but that is the logo. I can't push too hard on that. There we go. Oh, nope, it ran out. Let me see if I have another one. All right, no spare. So we're not going to put the logo on it. We're not going to put the logo on it. And I will put some polyurethane on it later. But there is the finished bowl with the tenon removed. I think it came out really good. And this is called piercing. And when you do this, you want to get whatever you're piercing very thin. It could be square, it could be flat, round, whatever. But the thinner it is, the easier it is to work on. And it's just random shapes. I could have done the whole bowl, but I just wanted the ridge around it. And then the best tool that I found for that is this. See if it'll focus. It's like a cone fluted, and it is not gonna focus, is it? Well, it's cone fluted, and it seemed to work really well. Trying to get a surface here that it's just not gonna, it's not gonna help me out today. But that's the best one that I found. It pierces really well. Pierces really well and then cuts really good. So, all right, that's all we're gonna do. If everyone in the chat could go and watch the video that I made, it just came out last night. I would appreciate it. Watch the whole thing through. It would be awesome. It is on my channel, and I would hugely appreciate. Actually, maybe I could put it on. I could put it on right now. On here. If you haven't watched it, we'll finish up with that. Not a great speaker. Sorry about that. Wow, that's annoyingly loud. Sorry about that. So while that was playing, I went down and got my other torch. I did try several different rotary bits while I was doing it to get to that pointy one. Seemed to work the best. I don't know if this will ever get really hot. It's so cold out here. It's kind of getting red on the letters. I might miss the circle part. But yeah, check out that video on my channel. It's the whole process of making this bowl. And then we're gonna put the logo in the bottom and be done with it. I think I'm running out of gas on this one too. All right, we're gonna do it pretty soon. Trying to get the whole thing red, but it might be too cold out here. All right, this is looking good. Let's do it. I hate when it like moves a little bit. And then I'm just carefully pushing it. It does, as it heats up, it gets uneven sometimes. So I gotta push it around. I don't want to just mash it in because it might burn through. All right, so take that off. You can see where the sap has come out. Set this aside up here. I need to get 2 new tanks. I'm going to actually put my Jacob's chuck back in there. 180 should be fine. I'm just gonna lightly sand it to get rid of that the dark charring. Let me get back to the chat. Okay. All right. Copper's in. We did not burn through the bottom. That's good. Sometimes I have had that. All right, just a light sanding because I don't want to take too much off. But there's the logo in the bottom. And then I'll take it inside and put another coat of polyurethane because it's too cold out here. But there's the finished bowl. I wish you could get a sense of how light this is. Like I'm barely holding it. I should weigh it and compare it to some other ones, but it's so light. So, all right, that's it for today. Check out the video on my channel. It's the newest video, and it's making of this bowl up into removing the tenon. So check that out. Watch it all the way through if you could. That's how YouTubers get most of their funding is from watching the full video. And if you watch even the commercials, that just really helps us out. The video itself, if you watch the beginning and then skip to the end, it doesn't really help the algorithm much, and it doesn't help us out. So if we're monetized and depending on this income, it's really great to watch through. And that's any YouTuber. So thanks for watching. Remember, you have purpose, you have value, and you are loved. God bless.